I have a couple of fun and spooky cards for you today using some Summerween products from Hero Arts. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. All right, so I have stamped my images with VersaFine Onyx black ink on watercolor cardstock, and I'm using Zig watercolor markers to do my coloring. So we're going to make two cards. We've got this fun little ghosty beach scene, and then the other card is going to have some ice cream and a fun drink. So let's get our little coloring here. I added a little bit of gray on the ghost and some pink cheeks. And I am just using a little bit of water on my work surface. You could have a dish water. I just spritz water from my distress sprayer and dip a small watercolor brush in that. I kind of dab off the excess and then I just blend out the color that I laid down with my marker. So we have this darling ghost that's going to be floating, and so he's in a cute floaty. I wanted to go with traditional Halloween colors on this, even though it's summer. So we're going to do an orange and purple floaty for our ghost here. The palm tree will be normal. The sandcastle will be normal. The fun little jack-o'-lantern beach ball will be orange, of course. I'm going to bring in some pattern papers from my stash just to add a little something extra for these images, but I think they turned out really cute. And I don't know, Summerween is just so fun to me with all these fun Halloween images. I just think it's a blast. So you can see that when I'm laying down my color, I just lay down a little bit, and especially if it's a darker color, I'm going to use less because I want a shadow and a highlight area, and I can get that with one color just by blending it out with the water. So that's what I did there, and you can see how easy this is to color. A little bit of green around the fun sunglasses that the ghost is wearing. Let's do the palm tree. I love a good palm tree, so I'm so glad this was in the stamp set. This is the Beach Booze stamp set. There is coordinating dies. The other stamp set that I'm going to be using is the Ghoul Summer, and that has coordinating dies as well, and I do use both of those. Let's add a darker green to the leaves of the palm tree. I do have fun brighter greens that it kind of reminds me of Slimer on Ghostbusters, so I do bring in a green like that. But here's the darker green. We're going to have purples and oranges. We're going to have some black in with the pattern paper and some just black cardstock. So yeah, all the fun classic colors, but with this fun Summerween twist. I'm going to add a little more water to my work surface. Now let's do the sandcastle here. So again, I think this is just a light beige color, or just the beige color in the Zig markers, and then just blending that out, bringing that darker color into the center without having to color everything in a solid way. Really super simple and easy to color. For the jack-o'-lantern beach ball, I'm just tracing those lines and going around the edge a little bit, and then I can just blend out from there. I really try to make sure, though, I don't have too much water on my brush, because then I feel like it gives a weird, it just looks like too much, and it goes a little too far. Okay, I had fun coloring this drink. So the little, I don't know what the little they're not baubles. I can't think of what they're called right now. My son gets them, my grandkids had them, and my brain can't grab onto it. But I made those purple. The ghost will be gray. The drink is going to be that kind of fun Slimer green. The straw will be orange. And yeah, this is really cute. I just thought this drink was so darling with a little ghost ice in there. It's just an absolute crack up to me. So bringing in that green, I want to keep my color a little bit light so I still want it to look see-through. I don't want it to be overpowered, so I did keep that really light. But then that color is on my paintbrush, so I can carry that and brush that into the center of the cup here. And then I'll do a little bit of the blue that I used on the other card for the ocean water. I'm going to put it on my work surface and then get it on my paintbrush. That way it's not too dark, putting it directly onto my watercolor paper here. Let's color this ice cream cone. To me, it kind of reminds me of like a dipped cone. We're going to do that fun green as well. I just think it's so cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. And I love the popsicle ghost. I have another video that I did a few videos ago with some of the other products from the Summerween release from Hero Arts with some die cut images, and those cards turned out really cute too. And then we have the popsicle. We're going to do that in purple and then really just do the same coloring for the ghost that I did for the other ghost on that we colored previously. But we want a purple ice cream here. You could also go orange ice cream. That would be fun. Orange, green, or purple. Either one would be great. And then we will color our popsicle stick. And then let's bring in that light gray. And I grabbed a different pink for the cheeks of this one. I liked this one better. But I don't hate the other one. And then I'll use the coordinating dies to die cut everything out. I have a piece of, oh gosh, this is Rainforest cardstock from Spellbinders, and I'm going to use a little bit of Mowed Lawn just to ink around the edges. I do have some pattern paper from my stash. It's scrapbook.com's spooky paper pad that I am going to use. I do want to do a little bit of splattering on the green piece that we just ink blended. I'm using the black glimmer brush from scrapbook.com. It has glitter in it, so that'll be fun with a little bit of splatter. And I'm going to do it on this back piece of black cardstock at the top because that's going to be part of our card. I have a strip of that green cardstock that I'm going to add. I didn't ink blend that piece, but with that fun orange patterned paper, I thought that would be really fun. So this is going to be the bottom. And I just am going to place this ocean scene against the black cardstock. I just like that. I didn't want like a daytime blue sky. I just didn't want that. I wanted this to feel more Halloween, but with this fun little beach scene. So maybe it's nighttime. That's what we're going to say. So I added 1mm foam adhesive behind that. We're going to place this here at the bottom. Both of these are A2 size cards, which are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let me place that down here at the bottom. And then let's put our little scene together. I'm going to pop some of these things up with some foam adhesive. We want the ghost kind of floating. We have our palm tree, of course, our sandcastle, and I am going to use the pattern paper as kind of my grounding effect, or my grounding area, not effect. And so I'm going to tuck my pieces kind of down below that. So let's put our sandcastle over here. I just love a good sandcastle. It's so cute. And then I will adhere the ghost just directly to that background. Remember, we have some little sparkly bits, and you can't see it here, but when you move the card around, it does sparkle from that splatter. So to me, it's kind of like a nighttime card. It looks like stars in the sky. And it says, ghouls just want to have sun, which I think is really cute. And then we're going to put this jack-o'-lantern beach ball somewhere. I was trying to figure it out. I think I do end up moving the palm tree over a little bit. And I will just trim that little excess that's hanging over, and we can place that guy there. And then we can go on to the next card and put that one together. How cute. Oh my gosh, so fun. I love that spiderweb background. I think it's way too much fun. I'm going to trim off some of the orange pattern paper and add that behind our green paper that we ink blended. Let's pop this up with some foam adhesive. I'm just doing 1mm. It's low profile. The rest of these guys will be popped up. The sentiment and our little images will be popped up with 2mm foam adhesive. So the sentiment here says, have a boobly day, which I think is really cute. So let's place some foam adhesive down. I was wondering why it wasn't sticking, because it took off. Both sides had release paper on it. It just took it off of the whole sheet for some reason, and I couldn't quite figure it out for a second. I'm like, I can't be going crazy. You know, sometimes things like that really do make you feel like you've lost your mind. All right, let's add our foam adhesive behind our drink and our 2 ice creams. And then we're just gonna pop them up here at the top. Cute. That drink is so cute to me. I love it. And then we'll take a look at these up close. These are so darling. I love these little images. They were really fun to color, and especially with the Zig markers. Zig marker coloring, it really makes coloring super easy and quick. Thanks so much, you guys, for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed both of these cards. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.